Welcome to today's discussion. We are diving into a topic that has sparked much debate and controversy over the years. In recent years, we've seen an increasing number of Indians leaving their country and moving to places like Canada, Dubai, and other parts of the world. This trend has been accelerating, driven by various factors that we will explore in depth. Some argue that instead of contributing to these nations, they are actually bringing problems with them, impacting local cultures, economies, and communities. This perspective is often fueled by media reports and anecdotal evidence. But what is the reality? But why is this happening? And is it true? Are Indian immigrants really causing more harm than good, or is this a misconception? Let's explore the darker side of emigration. We will look at the reasons behind this mass movement and its implications for both India and the host countries. Let's first address why Indians are leaving their own country. The reasons are multifaceted and complex, ranging from economic opportunities to social and political factors. One reason is brain drain. India's brightest and most skilled professionals are heading to other nations in search of better opportunities. This includes doctors, engineers, IT professionals, and academics who find more lucrative and fulfilling careers abroad. They're taking their talents elsewhere, leaving behind a country that desperately needs skilled workers in sectors like technology, medicine, and education. This exodus creates a vacuum that is hard to fill. But here's the kicker. Instead of helping to build their own country, these individuals choose to use their skills to benefit foreign economies. And that's part of the problem. The allure of better pay, improved living conditions, and greater professional recognition is hard to resist. They're not only leaving India with a gap in critical talent, but also depriving their country of the human resources necessary for progress. This has long-term implications for India's development and growth. While some may argue that people move for better economic opportunities, this only benefits a small number of individuals. The broader impact on the home country can be quite detrimental. For India as a whole, it represents a significant loss. The country invests heavily in education and training, only to see its best and brightest leave. The resources spent on educating and training these professionals go to waste, as other countries reap the rewards. This is a drain on India's financial and intellectual capital. This isn't just about individuals, it's a national issue. The government and policymakers need to address the root causes that drive people to leave. Now let's look at the host countries. How are they affected by this influx of Indian migrants? Canada, for example, has seen an influx of Indian migrants in recent years, and it's causing tensions. The rapid increase in population has led to various challenges. Locals argue that mass immigration is driving up housing prices, overcrowding cities, and creating a strain on public services. The demand for housing has skyrocketed, leading to higher rents and property prices. In Dubai, Indian workers dominate certain sectors, but often at the cost of local job opportunities. The construction and service industries in particular rely heavily on Indian labor. This has led to a perception that migrants, especially from India, are taking away jobs that could go to locals or other nationals who have long been a part of these societies. This perception fuels resentment and social tension. In many cases, Indian immigrants form isolated communities which some locals feel leads to a lack of cultural assimilation. These communities often maintain their own cultural practices and social norms. Rather than integrating into the local culture, they continue living as though they're still in India, importing their customs, languages, and sometimes even societal issues like caste and regional divisions. This can create a sense of alienation among the local population. This can create friction between the native population and migrant communities, leading to accusations that immigrants are not respecting or adapting to the norms of their new countries. The lack of integration can be seen as a refusal to become part of the larger society. Now, this is where the debate heats up. The issue of immigration is highly polarizing, with strong opinions on both sides. Some people argue that Indian immigrants are not only failing to contribute positively, but that they are actively harming the countries they move to. This argument is often based on economic and social concerns. One of the biggest criticisms is that large numbers of immigrants can strain resources in their new countries. Public services like education and healthcare can become overwhelmed. Schools, hospitals, and public infrastructure in cities like Toronto or Dubai are feeling the impact of a rapidly growing population. The increased demand can lead to longer wait times and reduced quality of service. Some locals are concerned that governments are prioritizing immigrants over the native population, creating resentment and tension. This perception can lead to social and political unrest. There's also the issue of remittances, where large sums of money are sent back to India by migrants working abroad. This money is often used to support families and communities back home. Instead of reinvesting this money in their new country, many choose to funnel it back home, which critics argue undermines local economies and limits the positive impact they could have had. This outflow of capital can be seen as a drain on the host country's economy. In conclusion, while emigration is a natural part of globalization, it's important to question its impacts, not just on the countries people are leaving but on the nations they're moving to. The effects are complex and multifaceted. Are Indian emigrants really contributing to their new homes, or are they creating more problems than they're solving? This is a question that requires careful consideration and balanced analysis. It's a tough question with no easy answers, but one thing is clear. The effects of mass migration are complex and not always positive. The challenges and opportunities it presents need to be addressed thoughtfully. What are your thoughts on this issue? We encourage you to think critically and engage in this important conversation. Do you agree or disagree? Your perspective matters and we want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Your engagement helps us bring more content that matters to you.